Yes, friends, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. Hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said about the Blues, Chelsea, giving you my opinion, whatever that's worth. More importantly, mate, asking for yours. Today, Mauricio Pochettino to Chelsea. On the cusp of a here we go, we'll talk about how we feel, how I feel about that. Reading an article from Matt Law. Apparently the players want Poch. And also, apparently we're going to stay at Stamford Bridge and not move to Earls Court, which is good, I guess, provided we can do all our sort of, meet the requirements of what a new stadium will bring. So, there's a lot to get into today. I hope you are settled and ready for some searing hot content. Heck, if you are, man, hit that like button, brother or sister, or however you identify. And yeah, you're welcome to subscribe. And should you choose to subscribe, you can hit the sweet, sweet bell, baby. Right, the Mail are reporting on the Stamford Bridge situation. Chelsea are set to commit a £2 billion expansion of Stamford Bridge rather than relocating to a new stadium in Earls Court, which has now been ruled out. Some will be upset by this, many will be pleased by this. But the £2 billion, which, they're acting like this is a new headline, but this is what the Rain Group, Rain Group Bank? Those guys, the guys who sold Chelsea, they said you've got to commit £2 billion to the redevelopment of Stamford Bridge. A decision on the club's stadium plans is expected to be confirmed by Todd Boehly and Clear Lake Capital over the summer, once costs and timeframes are established. The Chelsea Supporters Trust held a meeting last week where it was revealed that going to Earls Court was not considered an option because the site's owners are not planning to build a football stadium on their land. Well, that is a sticking point, isn't it? But we weren't planning on building a football stadium. All right, we'll bugger off then. Chelsea's project team, headed by director Hugh Rosson, I don't know who that is, was also in charge of when Roman Abramovich drew up his plans for the stadium. I know we've got Goldstein on the board, the Tottenham fan, probably pushing for Mauricio Pochettino. More on him very shortly. He was important for Tottenham's stadium redevelopment, so yeah, he's an important figure in that sense. Meanwhile, Chelsea expect to lose more than £30 million to settle disputes with commercial partners. The extraordinary amount was put aside by the club last season as it continues to wrangle with legal issues. The club are due to pay 29.8 million to settle disputes with a number of partners, and a further 1.6 million to settle with an unnamed former director. That thing again, Marina, I'm not allegedly, speculatively counting them dollars, and she already been paid off like silly £30 million or something. Anyway, you can read this. It's a long article. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but it gives you more info on, ticket prices, all that kind of jazz. Ultimately, staying at Stamford Bridge, not relocating to Earls Court, and also another story of Chelsea needing to settle loads of financial stuff. It doesn't sound like any of this will come as a surprise to the Chelsea hierarchy. It looks like they've been prepared for all these potentialities. So therefore, we shan't worry. In fact, let's just choose to be positive and be like, look, we're staying at Stamford Bridge, prime real estate, Fulham Broadway, super new shiny stadium. Everything's coming up, Chelsea. Am I right? So the big story, the big one, the big banger is, of course, Mauricio Pochettino. His magic, should he get appointed? Are Chelsea fans going to sing that? I mean, when Mourinho went to United, they did the Jose Mourinho, as did Tottenham. So, I guess we sing the Tottenham chant for Pochettino. Oh, it's all turning my tummy a little bit. Look, as with anything in football, as something comes closer and closer that you didn't necessarily want initially, I am starting to, I guess, warm to elements of the idea of Poch. Largely that me thinking it's not all on the manager, it's just settling a squad and developing players. And I'm over the idea of like a dynasty manager. Poch could just be an important figure for a couple of years, bridge the gap, yeah. And apparently young players want him. So let's see what Matt Law's reporting on the Telegraph here. The West London club are hoping to settle their new man soon after a series of positive talks with the Argentine former Tottenham manager. Again, former Tottenham manager. Should he come to Chelsea and do well, we could make a chant about how he hates Tottenham, even if he loves Tottenham. We'll make a chant about how he hates Tottenham and how he chose Chelsea. When we play Tottenham, we'll sing it. It will feel good if we beat them, and they'll hurt inside. No disrespect to any Tottenham fans, but they would feel, like personally, but they would feel the same about Chelsea. Had Jose done really well, slapped up Chelsea, they'd enjoy it. It's what being a football fan is all about. Am I right? Certainly not wrong. Chelsea's players are excited by the prospect of Mauricio Pochettino becoming the club's next permanent head coach. Fair enough. Pochettino has emerged as the favourite to permanently succeed Graham Potter following a series of positive talks between the Argentine and Chelsea. So now we're at the point of a very serious series of talks. Chelsea's admiration of Pochettino is advancing, with the club hoping to settle on their new man following a process led by co-sporting directors Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart. They're falling in love. Ladies and gentlemen, they are falling in love. I was explaining, this is obviously not a new appointment. This is the third time Chelsea have approached Mauricio Pochettino. Of course, we did it under the Roman era before we got Sarri. The current owners interviewed him before we got Potter, and they've gone back. Now, because you've had multiple interviews with a club, that could sound, you could perceive that as like negative, but actually it's positive. Just because you go for an interview, it doesn't mean you want the job, and just because you interview someone, it doesn't mean you necessarily want them to have the job. But it's like a respectful investigation, sort of getting affiliated, learning more. So rather than just going for one interview, going, I probably should take this, bang, Graham Potter ting, this could be a little bit more, we've known each other for a while, we've developed talks, we're slowly getting there, and we've like sounded each other out more and more. Yes, we can both agree from our own respective positions that this is actually appropriate. So in fact, the multiple approaches and the multiple interviews could and probably should be perceived positively. Welcome to Football Therapy. Hit subscribe. The move towards Pochettino has been welcomed by the Chelsea dressing room, with players said to be positive and excited about his appointment. Poch is coming, Poch is coming. Chelsea's England players have international teammates who have worked under Pochettino at Tottenham, and there is an acknowledgement in the squad for his coaching skills, together with his reputation for being a good man manager and motivator. Well, none less than Harry Kane, England captain, because he exploded under Pochettino and probably could argue. The thing is, Harry Kane's actually been good under all Tottenham managers, and you could argue all Tottenham managers of late are really good with strikers. Of course, Conte loves a proper centre forward, whether it's Diego Costa at Chelsea. I know they fell out, but you got loads of value out of him. Whether it's Romelu Lukaku at Inter, profound value out of him. And indeed, Harry Kane. Have I said Harry Kane? Harry Kane at Tottenham. Sorry, my brain is just abandoning me there. Harry Kane was excellent under Conte, scoring loads of goals and making loads of assists. Seemingly Jose Mourinho loves a proper centre forward, like an iconic nine, and Kane was really good under Mourinho as well. So look, and as is Pochettino, they all love strikers. So Kane was really good under these guys, but Pochettino was, I guess, like the genesis of Kane. God, that's like the genesis of Kane. That sounds like a dark movie or like a video game. Anyway, so yeah, he'll be getting glowing reports from the likes of Harry Kane. Pochettino is also viewed as a coach with the sort of profile and experience, having been in charge of Paris Saint-Germain, befitting of Chelsea by some more experienced and successful members of the squad. Again, I'm not overly enticed by his time at PSG. There's a guy called the Euro expert, a ginger lad, quite young, very, very intelligent with football. I should check him out. I saw like a reel or something of him talking about Poch to Chelsea, expressing concerns tactically. It's actually a very good and concise video. Can't remember I saw. I think it was sent to me on my WhatsApp, so I don't know how to find it. But it was highlighting concerns and issues of Pochettino. But at this point, there's concerns and issues coming out my behind, mate, all over the gaff from every direction. So there has to be an element of trust with the hierarchy and what they're doing. And yes, you're right there, what viewer / listener. What we haven't been given much, stuff so far to have lots of hope and trust within this hierarchy. But now it's the sporting directors doing it and not just the owners. The arrival of Pochettino would not be good news for all of Chelsea players, though, as the 51-year-old would pull back plans for a current clear-out of the 31-man squad down in time for the pre-season. Yeah, as in, players would have to go, but of course. Pochettino is at the top of the shortlist that has been cut down to 3, along with Vincent Kompany. Yeah, I'm not. We've talked about Vincent Kompany in previous videos. Go watch it. Burnley are being investigated for match fixing. A headline I saw. Look, Vincent Kompany just shouldn't be Chelsea manager. That's no disrespect to him. He'll probably be an excellent coach, but come the frig on. And one unnamed candidate, Chelsea have carried out thorough diligence on Feyenoord's Arne Slot and Celtic's Ange Postecoglou. Now, I did see The Guardian were reporting that Ange Postecoglou was the unnamed candidate, but Matt Law, who is pretty well connected to Chelsea, is inferring here that, in fact, Ange Postecoglou is not the unnamed candidate. So the mystery goes on. Maybe it is the aforementioned in the previous video, Mourinho or Hansi Flick or, whoever. Chelsea had been fearful that Pochettino's association to Spurs could be a difficulty, but those worries now subsided significantly, and the Argentine is not thought to see it as an issue, as he's not been contacted over the vacancy at Tottenham. Also, it's not like he's going to Arsenal, And I'm hoping Harry Kane feels the same way.
Obviously, I love Tottenham and spent a lot of time there, scored a lot of goals. But I want to win some trophies, and it's not like I'm going to Arsenal.
Exactly. Were Spurs or Real Madrid to make a late move, then Pochettino would be faced with a decision to make. But there is currently not thought to be anything stopping him from accepting an offer from Chelsea should it arrive. It's happening, isn't it? I mean, it's happening. Surely it's happening. Chelsea obviously sitting there in their big boardroom going, guys, this is the decision, right? This is what we have to do. We're not, sorry, Gary, we're not going to hire Vincent Kompany. I know that was your choice, but I'm going to veto that. Look, Ange Postecoglou. People didn't know who he was before the Celtic manager. Yeah, he managed Australia. That we're not having Ange Postecoglou. Who else we got? We've crossed off Nagelsmann and Enrique. The players seem to want Poch. And it looks like, should we give him the offer, he will accept. Surely it happens. What do you think? Eh? Players like him, develops young players, knows the Premier League, has overseen a stadium rebuild, is available. The best ability is availability. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know anything anymore. It can only get better. We won't be 11th next season. Right? Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Please do drop a like. And thank you for subscribing. Of course, as any news breaks, I will react immediately. So make sure you turn the bell on when you subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you back here very soon, mate. Ciao.